morning, friends. In this session, we have to discuss about underground cables. What is underground cable? An underground cable is nothing but a cable. From this, the following phenomenon can be occurred. Electric power can be transmitted or distributed either by overhead system or by underground cables. Yes, this is the basic agenda behind the underground cable. Our electric power can be transmitted or distributed either by overhead system or by underground cable. Why we prefer underground cable? There are a lot of advantages of using underground cable, rather our overhead systems. What the major advantages are, it is less liable to damage through storms or lightning. Yes, for the case of storms or lightning, our cable will not affect. In case of overhead system, the line should be affected by storms or lightning. I may write here. Overhead system or underground cable. Yes, we are preferring the underground cable. So why we prefer underground cable? There is lot of advantages. The number one is it is less liable less liable to damage through storms or lightning. Storms or lightning. And the second one is low maintenance cost. The maintenance cost should be very much lesser compared to the overhead system. So less maintenance cost. Less maintenance cost. And third one is less chances of faults. The fault chances should be very less in underground cable system. Less chances of faults. And number 4 is smaller voltage drop. The voltage drop is also very much smaller. Smaller voltage drop. Smaller voltage drop. These are all the advantages. And one more is better general appearance. In case of thickly populated areas, in urban areas, the population is the thickest. In that place, we couldn't use the overhead system because we have lot of lines to disturb the natural calamities, and also it does not appear well. So in order to prevent that one, we go with the underground cable and we get a better general appearance. So general appearance of the street should be very nice when you are installed the underground cable. General appearance of the system. So these are all the advantages while using the underground cables. Okay, next slide we have to see what is the definition general definition of an underground. How to get a new screen? Yes, new page. Yes, we have to see the definition for underground cable. What is the actual definition? Definition for underground cable. Underground cable. Okay, and underground cable, an underground cable essentially essentially consists of one or more conductors. So our underground cable essentially consists of one or more conductor, because it will be designed based upon our supply voltage. Either it should be a single phase system or three phase system, one or more conductors covered with suitable insulation. Covered with suitable suitable insulation and surrounded by a protecting cover. And surrounded by a protecting cover. So this is the exact definition for our underground cable. An underground cable essentially consists of one or more conductors covered with suitable insulation and surrounding by a protecting cover. So this condition or this definition should be satisfied. The cable must fulfill the following necessary requirements. Within that requirements only it should be the good cable, otherwise it is not a good cable. So first one, our first parameter, we have to consider the conductor used in the cable. The conductor, yes. So what type of conductor we have to use in the underground cable system? We can use either a thinned stranded copper or aluminum. Why we are using thinned stranded copper or aluminum means the stranding is done so that the conductor may become more flexible and carry more current. So this is the major reason for stranding of your conductors. When we achieve the stranding or when we done stranding, the conductor is become more, the cable must be more flexible and carry more current. This is the first requirement. So the conductor should be thinned stranded copper or aluminum in order to get better flexibility and carrying more current. The second one or second parameter, we have to consider the conductor size. Yes, the size of the conductor is also plays a vital role in the designing of cables. Yes, the conductor size is also one of the major parameter. What the conductor size should be performed? The conductor size should be such that the cable carries the desired load current. So this is the phenomenon, and the size of the conductor will able to withstand how much the current is withstand in the cable load current with overheating, and also the heating is also is depending upon our conductor size and causes voltage drop within the permissible limit. So these are all the reasons when I am choosing the conductor in best size. And the third one is the cable must have the proper thickness of insulation. So proper thickness of insulation is also one of the important requirement. Proper thickness of insulation. So this is one of the important parameter while designing the cable. What the thickness of insulation provide means it gives the high degree of safety and reliability to the cable at which it is designed, at which in the sense means the voltage at which the cable is designed. And the fourth one is the cable must be provided with some mechanical protection. Yes, why the cable is designed with the mechanical protection means in some cases we cannot use the cable in a proper way. We may use in the rough laying also. So if we are laying the cable in the rough also, it withstand the withstand the atmospheric conditions. So the mechanical protection is also important. So fourth one is mechanical protection is also essential requirement for designing the cable. And fifth one is the material used in the manufacture of cable. There should be there should be such that there is a complete chemical and physical stability throughout. So the materials also, what kind of materials we have chosen, that is also we have to consider. So these are all the following requirements while choosing the best cable. So the first requirement is we have to choose the conductor, either it should be aluminum or copper, depending upon your current, how much the current carrying, and how much the flexibility of the cable. And second one is the conductor size. The conductor size shows the desired load current should be achieved depending upon the conductor size. And third one should be the thickness of insulation. Why the thickness of insulation is important means in order to give the high degree of standard and reliability. And fourth one is the cable must be provided with a mechanical protection, because when you are using rough laying it should not easy to lay in the direct ground. So the mechanical protection is also very essential. And the fifth one is what kind of material we have to use in the cable. The material used in the cable, with it should be withstand the physical and chemical stability, because in our earth we are having several acids or alkalis. So the acids and alkalis should not interrupt the working condition of the cable. So the material utilized in the underground cables is also one of the important parameter. And when we are moving to cable, and next the desired topic is the construction of cable, how we design the or construct the cable in a suitable way. So it should be depending upon the what type of service or what type of voltage or current requirement we utilized. Based on that, the conductor is designed. In the general construction, I am utilizing here as a three-phase cable, or otherwise a general construction. General construction of a cable. So in the general construction, there are six major position or parts involved in the cable. We discuss in the one by one in detail. The general construction. The first portion in the cable. So it is your no, it not look like properly. So yes. some cases neutral also provided. In this cable the neutral is not given here. So this is your conductor. The first part involved in the cable construction is conductor or core. The conductor or core should be usually made up of thin stranded copper or aluminum. I already mentioned why the thin strand copper is important, or copper aluminum, in order to get the better flexibility in the cable and carrying more current. So the conductor choosing is very important in the construction. So this is your conductor. It should be more than one, depending upon the type of service. If it is single phase service means we are using phase and neutral. In case of three phase service mean RYB. Okay. And next portion is insulation. How to insulate our cable. Yes. Usually the insulation is paper insulation. In all the cases they are using paper like insulations. So that is some cases the insulation is paper insulation or thinned impregnated paper or PVC or polymerized rubber or varnished cambric. These are all the insulation available depending upon the voltage and the current requirement. So in the construction I am using here is a paper insulation. It will provide the suitable thickness of insulation, and depending upon the voltage to be withstood by the cable. The conductor used in the material for insulation are impregnated paper, varnished cambric or rubber mineral compound. These are all the types of insulation material we have used for the insulation. And the third one is, the third layer of the cable is a metallic sheath. I'm using a different color. Yes, I'm using here as a metallic sheath. And the metallic sheath usually it is a lead or aluminum. We can use lead or aluminum. Why metallic sheath is incorporated means in order to protect our conductor from the moisture, gases or other damaging liquids present in the atmosphere, example acids or alkalis present in the soil, a metallic sheath of lead or aluminum is provided over the insulation. Yes, the metallic sheath is provided over the insulation. And the second one is your this is your second fourth portion. The fourth portion is nothing but your bedding. This is your fourth portion. This is nothing but your bedding. I may write here bedding. Why bedding is essential according to Pocho. Yes, this is your bedding. This is your bedding. Yes, over the metallic sheath is applied a layer of bedding which consisting of a fibrous materials like jute or hessian tape. Hessian, the purpose of bedding is to protect the metallic sheath. So in order to protect this metallic sheath, the bedding should be incorporated. The next layer of the cable is armoring. The next layer used in this is armoring. What is armoring? Over the bedding, armoring is provided with consisting of one or more galvanized steel wire or steel tape. Galvanized wire or galvanized steel tape is provided here. Its purpose is to protect the cable from the mechanical injury while laying it in course of handling. So when handling the cable in the laying, so armoring will plays a vital role. It is protecting the cable from the mechanical injury. So it is just like a safeguard. So armoring will act as a safeguard. So in case of bedding, what is the need for bedding? The bedding is involved to protect the sheath, metallic sheath, that is our lead sheath or aluminum sheath. In order to protect these sheath, bedding is involved. Or corrosion or mechanical injury. Armoring is also the same purpose. The mechanical injury should be avoided while using the armoring. And the last one is your serving. That is, this one be it will be visible in our eyes, physical eyes. We can say it as a serving. So it is also one of the important part in the cable. So for the first portion, we have to use the conductor. The conductor should be aluminum or copper, thinned stranded aluminum. And second one is, in order to protect the conductor, a suitable insulation should be used. Normally they are using paper, polyvinyl chloride, PVC, impregnated paper, varnished cambric. These are all the several materials used for insulation in order to protect the conductor. And over the paper insulation, a metallic sheath should be covered. The metallic sheath should be material made up of lead or aluminum. This metallic sheath or aluminum sheath is incorporated to protect the insulation. To protect the insulation, the metallic sheath is provided. It should be made up of jute or a hessian tape. And second one is bedding. Bedding over the metallic sheath, a layer is applied, which consisting of fibrous material like jute or hessian tape. It protects the metallic sheath. Bedding. And armoring is protect the bedding. Over the bedding, armor is provided, which consists of one or two layers, galvanized steel wire or steel tape. This is also a mechanical protecting device. And over the bedding, over the armoring, a serving is protected. In order to protect the armoring from the atmospheric condition, a layer of material like jute or similar bedding is provided over the armoring. This is known as serving. These are all the general construction of the cable. And in the next slide, what are the insulating material we are used in the cable? What kind of insulating materials we have to use in insulating materials? Materials for cables. So we generally know that one is your natural rubber. It is available in our most of the southern part of our country, rubber, natural rubber. And the second one is vulcanized Indian rubber. What is vulcanized? Ordinary rubber is compared with the VIR, means it is the natural rubber is mixed with the mineral materials such as zinc oxide, red lead, and 3 to 5% of sulfurs to make the rubber should be more vulcanized. So the temperature limit of the material should be become more. In case of rubber, the temperature stability limit is too much low. So it is withstand about 38 degrees Celsius only the rubber is withstanding. In case of VAR, vulcanized Indian rubber, the temperature withstand limit is 150 degree Celsius. It is usually preferred for low and moderate voltage cables. And third one is impregnated papers. Impregnated paper. It consists of chemically pulped paper made from wood chippings and impregnated with some compound such as paraffinic or naphthenic material. This type of insulation has almost superseded the rubber insulation. It is because it has the advantages of low cost, low capacitance, high dielectric strength, and a high insulation resistance. The only disadvantage is that the paper is hygroscopic. Hygroscopic in the sense it is immersible. That is, water is naturally entering or penetrating into the conductor, which we when we are using the paper like insulations. But the high dielectric strength and high insulation resistance is excellent in case of impregnated paper, so it is suitable for high voltage cables. Paper insulated cables are high, always used with some protecting current left hand side. It is required to temporarily cover with wax or tar. Uh, and fourth one is varnished cambric. It is a general varnish only, a cotton cloth or impregnated coated with varnish. See, ordinary paper only, the paper is coated with a varnish. Varnished cambric. It is generally we can say it is a empire tape, because when we are varnish a paper, it will look like a cloth, so it is too silky and too shiny. And the last one is PVC. PVC, the insulating material is a synthetic compound. It is obtained from the polymerization of acetylene and is a form of white powder. For obtaining this material as a cable insulation, it is a compound with certain material like plasticizers, which are liquids with high boiling point. The plasticizer forms a gel and renders the material plastic over the desired range of temperature. PVC has high insulation resistance, good dielectric strength, mechanical toughness over a wide range of temperatures. It is inert to oxygen and almost inert to many alkalis and acids. Therefore, this type of insulation preferred over VIR in extreme environmental conditions such as cement factory or chemical factory. As the mechanical properties, that is elasticity of the PVC, are not so good of rubber. Therefore, PVC insulated cables are generally used for low and medium domestic lights and power installations. So these are all about the introduction of cable. So in this manner we have to design our cable.